What is actually inside these FPV drones? It's surprisingly simple, but most pilots are missing one part that I couldn't live without. Let's check that out. Many beginners are in fear of building up their own drone or even repairing them. I want to take away this fear, showing you that a drone is surprisingly simple on the internal. So firstly, we open up the top plate. And now we can see all the electronics. 90% of the drones are built very similar. We have the brain, we have the face, and we have the transmission bay. Our brain is the flight controller, which processes all the informations, getting all your controls and all the inputs from different sensors and letting a drone actually fly, and is talking to the ESC that is sitting underneath the flight controller, usually. Because on some smaller drones we have so-called all-in-one boards, which is a flight controller and an electronic speed controller, so the ESC, and one single board. However, the motors are always connected to the ESC, and the motors in combination with the ESC and the flight controller is what actually makes your drone fly. On the back part we have the transmission bay, which is receiving and transmitting all the signals from a radio controller and your goggles. Here, for example, we have my radio control link that is connected to my controller, and underneath you can see, in my case, a Capacitor Vista, which is my video transmission that is talking to my goggles. But what's important here to understand is that everything is connected to the flight controller, so to the brain of your drone. Oh, little pro tip, never power up your drone when you haven't attached the antennas to your radio control link or to your VTX, because it will burn out the electronic component inside in no time. So on the front, we have obviously the FPV camera that is actually connected to the VTX on the back and not to the flight controller. And we have a little space behind the camera and the actual flight controller, which you can use for different things. I like to put my cap inside, and my beeper, or also called buzzer. It's small as your fingertip, and its only purpose is to beep very, very loud, which makes finding a drone in the high grass on a bando after crash a lot easier, saving you tons of time, if not much money. In addition to the cam being connected to the VTX, it's only a case on digital fly system. On analog quads, your cam is actually connected to the flight controller. When you resolder parts on your flight controller or changing the whole flight controller, you need to take care of the polarity on the cables. However, that's not the case on the motor cables. Here on the ESC, the 3 cables for each motor can be reordered however you like. It's just changing the way the motor is turning, but that can be changed in beta flight after you repaired your drone. So I hope that this video gave you some basic idea how an FPV drone is connected and working on the internal. And if you found this helpful, please consider a share, because I know that many new pilots and people who are considering entering FPV are very afraid of this specific topic. And I hope this helps. Keep sending.